Today's classrooms are filled with a very diverse group of students. One of the most rapidly growing and most underserved groups of students are the students who are English language learners. Many schools offer services to their ELL students in the form of classes for English as a second language. These classes are often referred to as ESL classes. Unfortunately, with the growing number of ELL students, many schools find it difficult to employ enough ESL teachers. This creates a high student-to-teacher ratio, which makes it even more difficult for ELL students to receive all of the instruction they need so that they can perform successfully in a non-ESL classroom.
ESL students, like AL students, their goal is a high school diploma. But ESL students don't start on the mountain, they start in the water. And depending on where their access to English is based on their first language, they will either have to kick hard to get to the bottom, or if, let's say, they were fluent in their first language, they will hit the water and quickly hit the bottom where they'll meet their ESL teacher. We'll eventually get them out of the water and they will start their climb up the mountain to a high school diploma.
There are many things in regular classrooms that make it difficult and frustrating for ELL students. It's hard for them to communicate with teachers effectively with the language barrier. Sometimes teachers talk so fast that it's difficult for them to understand.
Okay, here we go. I got angels. Somebody got me angels. You're gonna give me angels. Not here today. How about Kate? I got Kate. I got Elizabeth. Elizabeth's gonna be here today. Here, good. How about Tyler? Have my different day. Tyler, good. How about Destiny? Destiny got Destiny.
And sometimes they get frustrated from a lack of understanding of the directions or the subject matter. Teachers who don't have ESL training sometimes find frustration with the ELL students in their class. It's hard for teachers to understand the lack of language skills that ELL students present. And it creates a lot of differentiating that needs to happen to assist the ELL students. There are many instructional strategies that teachers can use to help make class less frustrating for them and their ELL students. Many ELL students will benefit from visual aids, handouts and study guides so that they can follow along with what you're saying, plus gestures and body language that can help them understand your directions. Pictures and graphs are also very useful to help with vocabulary. Speaking slowly makes it easier for them to understand what you're saying, and reviewing vocabulary, especially when you are using a new word that they may not know. Pairing students together to work as a team is beneficial to ELL students because it helps them not only cover more material, but it also helps them with making friends and finding someone who they can feel comfortable with. Finally, teachers can use technology as another method of communication. Many students in today's day and age are fluent in the language of technology, and it's another thing we have in common with our ELL students. Unfortunately, you can't always count on this. Just like our native-speaking students, some ELL students don't have access to technology at home. So knowing your student's background is very important so you can understand what kind of support they have at home and what their background is in technology. The most helpful thing a teacher can do for an ELL student is to get to know them, build a relationship with them, and understand that ELL students come from all around the world. Their experiences will probably be very interesting. Get to know their background and their family to help meet their social and emotional needs, and you can understand their family obligations and what their educational history has been. This will help you and help them to feel confident and successful in the classroom.